What is up, everybody on YouTube? It's your boy Dominic back at it again with another YouTube video. And today we're talking about Human Torch and the Thing. And the big thing I want to talk about is their abilities and their release date. So first thing we're going to get into is we're going to get into their release date. So from what I'm hearing is it's going to be the 21st of February. But a lot of people are also saying that it could be February 14th. I personally think it's the 21st of February. I remember seeing a tweet a while back on Twitter too. The release date for Human Torch and the Thing being more towards the 21st and the 28th of February. So we're more than likely going to see them the 21st, which still isn't that far away. What, 2 weeks away? That's not that bad. Kind of excited still. I'm really hyped to see how these characters look. They'll probably be showing them off the week before Valentine's Day. So that'll be really awesome too, to see their play, like see how they play, their kits, what they can do. And you know, we're all gonna speculate from the videos they showed us of Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. They weren't really like, they were a lot to go by, but at the same time you really didn't know what was going on. So I'm assuming that's how it's gonna be for the Human Torch and the Thing. We're gonna have to speculate a little bit until we get the actual play, but still very hyped for these characters. And let's go ahead and get into these characters' abilities. So the first character we're going to get into is the Human Torch. His abilities were more like, we have more of his abilities than we do of the Things. But first off, we're going to get into the Human Torch's first ability, which is Fire Cluster. Launch forward a splittable fireball. Now that sounds really cool. And I'm assuming that the fireball is going to split into, maybe hit 2 different targets. But maybe it's just a visual effect and it splits, but it still just hits one person. So we don't know much about that yet. We still have to see it. It's his left click, right trigger if you're on controller. And that's really awesome. That sounds pretty cool. I'm excited to see it in game. But all right, let's go to the next ability. We're going to talk about the team up at the end too. The team ups at the end, because team ups are really cool. But let's get into the next ability first, because let's go with left shift. So hold left shift to enter a state of accelerated ascent. So I'm assuming, I don't know if he's going to be just flying the whole time. I assume he is. So I think that this is going to be like Iron Man, like, you know how Iron Man just hovers, but then he also has that ability where he can fly like crazy. So I'm assuming that's what this is going to be. And it sounds really cool for the Human Torch to be able to do that, be able to maneuver and get through and get in and get out, because his kit sounds like you kind of need to be able to do that. So let's go to the next ability. I'm not going to do the next ability. I'm going to show you guys. It's going to be a different order because I feel like you need to see it in the order that I'm going to give you. But we're going to do Flaming Meteor next. And it's the F key. And it's going to be dive towards the ground, stun nearby enemies. So I'm assuming that's just, you know, just a fucking nose dive to the ground. Probably like a little slam effect. And it stuns people. So that'll be really cool. And I think that'll help out with his kit a lot. And being able to get in and out too. Just imagine just diving down, stunning people, setting a flame field, and then shifting away with your fire, like your plasma body. Oh, that sounds crazy. But let's get into his next ability. We got Blazing Blast. So Blazing Blast launches a fireball to create a flame field at the targeted area. So what I'm assuming this is, so imagine a Moon Knight Ankh, but it's supposed to just stay there the whole time. And it's kind of like, just like, it's a trap. It's a trap. And what you're going to be able to do is, with the next ability, you're going to be able to connect the flame fields. It's called Pyro Prison. Connect flame fields to form a firewall that deals burning damage to enemies. Now, what this sounds like is you're going to be able to lock down areas of the map. So say people are pushing from like a doorway, you could literally set up your flame field to just burn anybody who walks through it, which is kind of crazy. And these flame fields also have something to do with the Human Torch's ult, which we'll get into right now. So Supernova. Unleash shockwaves to damage enemies within range. During skill activation, the flame fields will transform into fire tornadoes. So I'm assuming you're going to want to be putting down a lot of flame fields before you do your ultimate. Maybe like set some flame fields up behind a group of enemies, or you see them on a point, you set the flame fields up, then you go in and you fucking Flaming Meteor nosedive to the ground, stunning all the enemies in the area. Then you hit your ultimate, which sends a shockwave out, probably just like a fire blast that burns a bunch of people. And then you see fucking 3 fire tornadoes hitting them in the back. Like that sounds crazy. And I cannot wait to see the Human Torch in game. I think he's gonna be nuts. 3-star, I like from what his abilities sound like, I feel like he's gonna be higher difficulty. It just sounds a little crazier to do, but we'll see. And then let's get into his team up abilities, because we know he has another 2 team ups, but one team up is with Sue Storm, where you get that shield like Mr. Fantastic gets right now, which is still that's pretty cool. And that goes for all the Fantastic Four. The Thing will also get that. So that's really awesome for a tank to get that. I think like a self-heal is kind of crazy for a tank. But this team up with Storm is called Omega Fire. Storm can consume one of Human Torch's fire tornadoes into her ultimate to ignite her hurricane. Likewise, Human Torch can turn Storm's hurricane into a fiery hurricane with his ultimate, which will then enlarge and intensify any of his fire tornadoes caught in its path. Like, that sounds crazy, bro. Just imagine a fiery tornado spitting lightning bolts at you. Fucking nuts. The Human Torch sounds amazing, and this team up with Storm could be really strong too, especially since Storm is so strong and highly picked. I mean, she gets banned in every comp game I'm in right now, but she's highly picked in quick play. Every time I play a quick play match, I see Storm. So I'm assuming I'm going to see these two together a lot. And when we get a healer that can fly, it's going to be crazy. I think these characters are going to be lethal, and it's going to be very hard to counter a whole team of flying characters. But yeah, that's the Human Torch. He sounds amazing. I cannot wait to play him. And now let's go into the Thing. So the Thing's abilities have been leaked, but it wasn't as in depth as the Human Torch's. You'll see on the screen the image of the Human Torch's abilities. We don't have that for the Thing. I do have a picture of what the leaker, one of the leakers, sent out, and I will show that to you guys on screen. But yeah, the Thing doesn't have an in-depth video, like in-depth kit like Human Torches for the leak. So we're just gonna go off what we were told. And here is the Thing, guys, with his passive. His passive is solid as a rock, immune to enemy knockback, and other displacement effects. So we're talking about Magneto. He's not going to be able to use his knockback. We're talking about Winter Soldier's uppercut. We're talking about Magic's dash forward and uppercut. Oh my god, we're talking about so many abilities that are going to be able to move him. Thor's hammer charge is not going to be able to move the Thing. He is going to be so anti-dive, it's going to be crazy. And this is just his passive ability. So let's go ahead and go into the next ability. His primary fire is Combination Punch. Quick and continuous punches. So bro is just gonna be fucking yeah, just throwing hands left and right like the Hulk. No one's gonna be able to stop this man, because you're not gonna be able to knock him back, not gonna be able to do any type of boop to him. He is literally gonna be in your face. It's either fight or die. So that's pretty crazy. And that's his primary fire. So his secondary is Thunderbolt Punch. Deliver a devastating punch. And I just assume this is going to be like a supercharged fucking punch where he's just going to knock the shit out of you. That's what I assume. I thought it was an uppercut before, but I think there's another ability in here that's an uppercut. We'll see in a second. But I thought it was an uppercut, but I'm just assuming this is going to be a crazy punch. And then here's his left shift. Furious Charge. Continuously charge forward, lifting up enemies in your path, leaving behind a seismic zone that prohibits displacement. That's so basically he leaves a pathway where you can't use knockback on other characters on your team. So you're really gonna have, this is gonna be really anti-dive. Like, I'm just assuming like there's no more, it's not gonna be like Magic pushing your backline, knocking them in the air, slicing them up. It's gonna be you fight them there in that zone and you're gonna get fucked up. Like, and I assume he's gonna be able to break through breakables when he's doing this charge too. So the Thing is just gonna go crazy on people, and he's also gonna give a little bit of support to his teammates, which is pretty dope. Okay, so let's get into the next ability. His E is called Battlefield Support. So this is kind of like Mr. Fantastic. You know how Mr. Fantastic can pull himself towards his teammates and kind of give them a shield? So what the Thing does is jumps towards his teammates and adds damage reduction to them and yourself. So the Thing's basically gonna get stronger every time he jumps towards a teammate, and he's gonna make his teammate stronger too, to where say a storm ult's going off and the thing jumps to Black Panther, maybe they'll survive through it. Honestly, we don't know how strong the damage reduction is going to be, but we know that there's going to be one there. So maybe these help you survive some of these crazy ults. Like when magic is fucking stepchilding into you, like you'll actually be able to get out of that shit. So that's pretty awesome. He's not like, it's not like a tank to where like they support you with a shield, but it's a tank that supports you with kind of passives, and I don't know. That's really interesting. I want to see the numbers for this, but I'm excited to see a tank do a little bit a different way of supporting the team without having to have a shield. This is pretty awesome. And then his ultimate slam moment. So I need him to say it's clobbering time when he does this. If he doesn't say it's clobbering time, I'm gonna be a little sad. But he needs to say it. At some point, I need to hear it's clobbering time. Use tremendous force to knock all enemies in front of you into the air. And I'm assuming this is going to do more damage. Like, you're going to get some, like, fall damage or something, too, after they hit the ground. Or something happens after you throw them in the air. But this sounds really cool. And, like, destroying all your enemies in the air. Like, say you have, like, a storm on the team that fucking just lightning bolts everyone at once. Like, this can be really cool and really good, I think. And we're going to have to see. But I think this character sounds really amazing, and I think that they have a lot of value to this game. They add a lot of value to this game because they are not only stopping dive comps, but they're also like making the tank a support in a way where they're able to actually help their team without, like I said, without a shield. They give damage reduction and take knockback damage, so there's no magic uppercuts, no Winter Soldier fucking punching you in the face and pulling you back, no Thor. Like, this is going to be very strong against the dive comps, and I can't wait to see the Human Torch and the Thing hit the game, because I think these two characters are going to break the game more than Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman did. I think Invisible Woman was a very game changer to Rivals. Mr. Fantastic, not so much, just another DPS that really doesn't do that much. But I think the Human Torch and the Thing are both going to be very strong characters that come in the game and change the meta up, like, a lot. And I'm excited to see them, and I'm assuming we're going to get them the 21st of February. So let me know who you guys are more excited for, Human Torch and the Thing, in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a like, subscribe. I will be posting more Marvel Rivals content. I drop shorts every day, trying to do videos every week, but a little busy, you know, dad life. But everyone have a great day. Peace out.